This story begins by presenting a background in Brazil. Here, we are introduced to a man named Arthur Bishop who disguises himself under the name Otto Santos. At that time, he is relaxing while enjoying a drink and the party that is taking place. However, while he is sitting there, a woman suddenly approaches him. The woman asks Bishop to speak in English. Arthur, who is still trying to maintain his disguise, responds only in Portuguese, but the woman tells Bishop not to pretend anymore. She threatens to inform important people that Bishop has faked his own death. This time, the woman explains that her boss, a man named Crane, wants Bishop to accept an offer. Instead of accepting it, Bishop pressures the woman, who turns out to be a courier, not to force him. While Bishop is confronting the courier, her men suddenly arrive and attack him. Bishop immediately fights back and beats them all. After that, he quickly escapes by jumping onto a cable car. It does not stop there. The courier and her men continue chasing Bishop. They try to capture and attack him, but Bishop is too agile. He jumps onto a moving paraglider and successfully escapes once again. This time to Thailand. In Thailand, he meets a friend named May. May immediately welcomes Bishop because she knows that if Bishop comes to her, it means he is hiding.
How was your trip? No one came near your home.
Bishop then takes time to rest while organizing his belongings. While staying there, he tries to trace Crane's whereabouts, knowing that Crane is searching for him. However, while he is working, May suddenly calls him. She asks Bishop to immediately help a woman who, according to her, is in danger. At first, Bishop does not want to get involved in something he considers unimportant, but because May insists, he reluctantly leaves using a small boat. He sneaks into a boat that is sailing at sea. There, he sees a drunk man attempting to rape a woman. Bishop asks the man, whose name is Frank, to stop his actions immediately. However, because Frank refuses, Bishop is forced to beat him and slam his head against a metal bar.
Who the fuck are you?
Please!
You don't want to do that.
As a result, Frank dies instantly, and Bishop quickly secures the woman together with May. The woman, whose name is Gina, is immediately taken to an inn. May lays her down in Bishop's room, and while waiting for Gina to regain consciousness, Bishop prepares his weapon. He knows that Gina is bait from Crane, deliberately placed to lure him into a trap, especially because Gina's last name is the same as Crane's. When Gina regains consciousness, Bishop immediately points a gun at her. He asks Gina who she works for. Gina remains silent because she does not understand why Bishop is suddenly threatening her with a gun. However, when Bishop lets his guard down for a moment, Gina tries to seize his weapon. Fortunately, Bishop reacts quickly. He restrains her hand, and Gina finally gives up. She then honestly admits that she does work for Crane, but she does so because she is forced. Crane blackmailed her so that she would lure Bishop out of hiding. After hearing that, Bishop asks Gina to do the same to Crane, which is to lure him out so that he can kill him. However, Gina refuses because she cannot help someone commit murder. Bishop explains that killing people is his profession.
And I don't want to do. Crane, it's the people he blackmails into helping.
The story then moves to the next day, where May is treating the wounds Gina suffered when she was kidnapped by Frank. While telling a story about her father, who was a traditional healer, May applies medicine to Gina's wounds. After that, Gina goes outside and sees Bishop calming himself by swimming. Once Bishop finishes, he approaches Gina and asks how Crane blackmailed her. Gina explains that she owns a shelter for victims of child trafficking located in the Cambodia area. One day, Crane suddenly kidnapped one of her staff members and beat him. 2 hours later, the staff member died. After that, Crane sent one of his men named Jeremy to threaten that he would kidnap and kill the children at the shelter if Gina did not do as she was told. Hearing this, Bishop promises to help her get out of this situation.
It was just a taste. See, I didn't have a choice.
The scene then shifts to Bishop noticing Crane's men monitoring their movements. Bishop immediately stops Gina and goes to a place where a wedding ceremony is being held. May, who happens to recognize the people there, invites Gina and Bishop to participate in the wedding ritual. There, the two of them are wrapped together in a cloth and asked to apply paint to each other's foreheads.
But we're not a couple.
After this moment, Bishop and Gina seem to grow closer and more intimate. That night, Bishop tells Gina that he will follow Crane's orders to kill his 3 targets.
Getting you into this mess.
And that the next morning someone will pick her up to take her to the northern island. The next day, several police officers suddenly surround them. Crane pretends to chase them so that Gina feels as though she is being kidnapped. After Gina is taken away, Bishop goes directly to Crane's residence. Before meeting Crane, Bishop goes through very strict security checks.
Are we done?
After that, Crane welcomes him as the best assassin at the moment. Crane truly admires someone like Bishop. Without wasting time, Crane explains his objective. The first target Bishop must kill is a man named Krill, the largest arms dealer in Africa. Krill is currently in a prison located in Penang, Malaysia. He is always surrounded by his men 24 hours a day, making this mission quite difficult. Moreover, to enter the prison, Bishop must be clever because no one has ever escaped from the prison, which is surrounded by shark-infested waters. However, this does not intimidate Bishop.
How do I know you keep her alive?
He immediately goes to Malaysia. There, he prepares everything, including disguising himself as a sexual predator and buying drugs to use on the street so that he will be arrested. As a result, he is caught by the local police. When they see Bishop's passport, they immediately arrest him and send him to prison. His mission begins. Inside the prison, Bishop speaks with an older man and asks for information about Krill. The old man explains that Krill used to be an executioner. He once had a loyal subordinate who was his best killer, but everything changed when that subordinate wanted to kill Krill after Krill caused harm to his family. From this information, Bishop sees an opportunity. After observing carefully and waiting for the right moment, Bishop approaches Krill by killing the subordinate who was about to attack him. Seeing Bishop save his life, Krill invites him to dinner.
You're a good man.
During dinner, Krill explains that dozens of attacks occur every week in prison, all targeting him. He also says that when he gets out of prison, he plans to expand his business outside Africa and might even offer Bishop a job. Bishop replies that he already has a job. Suddenly, Bishop approaches Krill, strangles him to death, and then pours poison into his mouth to make the murder look like an accident. Krill's death shocks the entire prison. Meanwhile, Bishop decides to escape by bombing the prison wall and jumping into the sea, returning to a yacht owned by Crane's men. After successfully killing the first target, Bishop moves on to the second, a man named Adrian Cook. Adrian is a wealthy man whose main income comes from mining and oil, but secretly he is involved in human trafficking, especially underage sex trade. He lives in a luxurious apartment in Sydney equipped with the strictest security system. Bishop arrives in Sydney and begins observing and photographing the building to find a way to kill Adrian without it looking like murder. He enters the apartment building, pretending to be interested in buying a unit near Adrian's room. When the property agent answers a phone that Bishop has hacked, Bishop photographs the apartment key and duplicates it. From his hideout, Bishop uses his skills to climb the building unnoticed. He drills a small hole in Adrian's luxurious swimming pool and injects a chemical into the water, so the hole gradually expands. When Adrian happens to be swimming, Bishop enlarges the hole. Slowly, the water is sucked downward. Adrian panics but cannot do anything as he and his men are pulled by the current. When the water drains completely, Adrian falls from the building and dies instantly, while Bishop disappears without a trace. After completing the second mission, Bishop asks Crane for a video call with Gina. During the call, Gina mentions that her father's watch, which she entrusted to Bishop, is not functioning. Unnoticed by others, she is giving him a coded message. Bishop realizes this and tracks the yacht's serial number, locating its position. The next day, he rents a helicopter to locate Crane's yacht and jumps into the sea to board it. Upon arrival, he fights dozens of Crane's men but is eventually captured. Crane warns him not to try that again if he ever wants to see Gina alive. Gina is taken away from his sight. Crane then gives Bishop his final mission: to kill Max Adams, an arms dealer operating in America who is currently in Varna, Bulgaria. Security is extremely tight because Max knows his partners have died. Nevertheless, Bishop infiltrates by shooting one of Max's men near a helicopter landing area. Hiding inside a medical helicopter, and entering the residence through air vents. He destroys the elevator so that guards cannot chase him. Inside Max's office, Bishop confronts him at gunpoint. Max remains calm and begins negotiating. Bishop tells him that Crane wants him dead. Max realizes Bishop killed his partners. They agree to fake Max's death to lure Crane out. A bomb explodes on Max's submarine, making it appear that Max has died, and the news spreads quickly to Crane.
Security. They tried to reach him.
In reality, Bishop has rescued Max. Bishop calls Crane to report the mission completed, but Crane demands to see the body. Bishop sets a trap filled with bombs and automatic weapons.
Contact right rear.
Killing many of Crane's men. Crane tightens security and hides Gina. Bishop swims toward Crane's yacht, infiltrates silently, and eliminates more guards. Gina helps by fighting back but gets shot, though she survives. Bishop kills the remaining men. Crane activates a bomb to destroy his own yacht, but Bishop beats him, chains him, and leaves him to face the explosion. As the countdown continues, Bishop places Gina inside a safe spot so she will be thrown safely into the sea. The yacht explodes, killing everyone on board. The scene shifts to Gina arriving alone in Cambodia. She is devastated, believing no one survived. Suddenly, she sees Bishop standing before her. How did he survive? It is revealed that inside Crane's yacht there was a steel room capable of withstanding any explosion, equipped with an advanced oxygen system. Bishop hid there and escaped when the wreckage was brought to shore.